Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
Welcome to Biz Dev Live. This is the Biz D with the C. I'm going to talk to you about your social media strategy today. So specifically, your social media strategy. What is your social media strategy? What social media strategy should you have? Now, I think this is going to change up for a lot of people, and I have my opinions. I'm looking to try to make this as concise and valuable for you specifically today. I think a lot of people are going to come along and have opinions on what your social media strategy should be. I want you to understand what social media is. It is a marketing tool. Straight up, it is a way to grab attention. It is a way to bring attention and status and hopefully customers to your door. There are lots of different ways to do that. The original social media, word of mouth, right? What was going to get people to talk about your brand and get people to come to your door through word of mouth by doing a great job. Susie talks to John. She says, oh, I had such a great experience. You got to go check out Cameron's shop. It is amazing, right? Word of mouth. Now, in social media, we're tasked with sort of doing that brag for ourselves, but it's not anything new, right? If you're at your shop and you're talking to the customer and you're telling them all the options, maybe last week you had apples, now you have apples and oranges. You tell that customer, hey, I know you came to us for apples before, but now not only do we have these great apples, but we have oranges. Or maybe instead of apples, you have oranges, right? You're informing the customer of what you have. And that's all social media is. So how are you getting that word out? How are you grabbing that attention? Getting basic, into that social media strategy, how are you making it easy for people to contact with you? Let's go back to another basic form of social media, the business card. Right? Because before you get into, if you don't already have a website, which I think businesses in this age in 2020, I think you should have a website. There's some businesses that may not need it, but for the overwhelming majority of people, especially if you want to expand into online sales and have the ability to have people look for you and see Google reviews and everything, I think a website is important. It can be an extension of the business card. But let's go back to the business card. On the business card, are you putting your email, your phone number, your website, if you have one, right, on your business card? With your social media, similarly, is there a way to track back to you? It's fantastic. I've received really beautiful business cards in the past that had no contact information. I've seen really beautiful flyers for events that didn't have the event date on them. So get really basic with your social media strategy. Go back to foundation, go back to basics, and make sure you're hitting on some of those key elements, because it all goes to goals and objectives. What is your goal with social media? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to create more sales? Are you trying to become an influencer? How are you bringing people to you? What is the goal? What is the objective? Now let's talk about influencer for a moment, because I think, in my opinion, your social media strategy, that's the ultimate objective, because not only is that going to be the best marketing for your company, but then that allows you to have other revenue streams, which if you've watched any of my content, I'm really constantly talking about how you can save better, how you can make sure you're getting a profit from your business, and how you can expand your revenue channels, get more channels of revenue, right? If you're putting content out on Facebook every day, you're putting videos out, what I'm going to encourage you to do is, why aren't you doing that and taking those same videos and posting them on YouTube? Because YouTube is a monetizable channel. If you get enough subscribers and you get enough people watching and have view time, you can actually monetize that channel. That's what my YouTube channel in large degree is about. It's about getting those subscribers and creating that influencer status for Toth Event Staffing, for Cameron Toth, for this thing we call Biz Dev Live. Full transparency, right? So for your strategy, for your store, for your product, for your consulting business, for your service, for your product, how are you putting that word of mouth out there, letting people know what you do, how you do it, what things you offer in an interesting way? Because for that person that enters the store that's looking for the apple, to tell them that, hey, I also have oranges, that's a service, right? I am letting them know now they don't need to go two different places to find the best fruit that they want. You can get the apples and the oranges here. So how are you doing that with your service? Oh, you can get this from me and you can get this from me. Are you going back to your existing clients and letting them know what other services you offer? That is a help. They've already worked with you. They already trust you. So now you can let them know that. How do you do that? Through social media. Email is social media, all right? So let's not forget the basics and the foundations. What the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, the TikTok, the LinkedIn, what those channels can do for you is that same content that you're putting out in an email or in a newsletter, you can drop that into LinkedIn. The same things, that advertisement poster that you put up in the front window, you can take a picture of that and you can post it on the social media channels. That's a service to your existing clients because it's letting them know what's going on. You want to make sure the pretty is not, the pictures are nice and it represents you well. Going back to the business card, if your business card has your name at Gmail or business name at gmail.com, is there the same trust there as if somebody that has their name at business name, right? So if it's Cameron Toth at Gmail versus Cameron at Toth Event Staffing, which one do you give more trust to as a company? So as you're putting your stuff out there, you want it to look reputable. That's the look and feel. That is something that is also going to bring clients to you. Right now, we live in an age of social proof and fact checking. So if it's Cameron at business name, right? Cameron at totheventstaffing.com, it's a little bit of a social proof there. Now, if I can go and see reviews of the business on Google Reviews, which again is also a way to flex social media. So are you asking people that are your customers to review your business on Google Reviews? Are you doing work in the beginning if you're getting started and saying, hey, all I want is a great Google review for you. I'll do this work. And if it goes well, please give me a Google review because I'm just getting started. I just want to get my experience and I'll do a great job for you so that you can tell other people how great the job is so that I can go out and charge them. You can do things like that to go from zero to a lot. When you already have a business and you want to put it out there to show what you're doing in significant ways, it's just about how are you already promoting your business? What are the things that people want to know? If you have jewelry, right, taking pictures of that jewelry and then posting up great photos of them and getting better every day. Bottom line, the strategy should be consistency in whatever you're doing. And so if you're tuning in and you're saying, well, Cameron, I just want like the 7 steps of how to, build this social media strategy. Hey, I've put some links down below and you can go read some articles. And I think education is really important. But you should know for your strategy, it's going to differ for you and where you are starting at. If you're starting down here, you may need to focus on, do I have an email at a legitimate address, and then build that brand into some of these social media channels so that I can level up. If I'm starting up here, I have some of those pieces. How am I posting consistently on the social media channels that are where my customers live. If you're B2B, you may want to be really on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great for B2B, business to business growth. You can get on there, you can post up an article, put some hashtags in there, tag some people, ask for comments from your network, and those posts can blow up, particularly video. Video is amazing. And if you can look at just some smart, easy to use software like canva.com. If you've been watching me, you know I preach about that. You can create some fun little videos and animations on canva.com very easily, but you don't need to even get that involved. You can just simply post up a 12-second clip of you talking about your business right there in the camera, full frame of your face in there. Don't have to worry about background or anything. Just talk about your business and throw it up there. You can do that sort of thing. You have something great to talk about. Consistency is the key. You will get better if you're posting daily, weekly, even monthly. Just have that strategy there. What the most important thing that I can really talk to in terms of setting up your social media strategy, and something that I think will help the majority of people that tune into a video like this, is some strategy or a strategy is better than no strategy at all. Consistency is the key. You can be horrible at social media, but you can be consistent and you can gain followers and be really fairly successful, even if you're not super, what we would call sophisticated, because you don't have the best camera angles and you don't have a film team and you don't have this, that. Doesn't matter if you're doing something that resonates with people, which, again, and I've said this message before, you are special. You have something to offer, and you need to know that. You need to understand that. When you are posting your content, you are amazing, and you really do have something great to offer. And thanks for checking in, Luann. Checking in about 10 minutes ago. I'm just getting to the comment. But you have something special to offer, and you have value, and people want to see what you're doing. Don't make the choice for your customers, for your potential fans and followers. Don't make the choice for them that they don't want to see stuff. Put it out there and let them make the choice. Sure, listen with a grain of salt. Don't listen too much to the compliments. Don't listen too much to the negative stuff. Just go for what is providing value. When people are receiving value from what you're putting out there, then you know you're on the right track. When you would watch the content that you're putting out there, even better. And I don't watch a lot of the content, full disclosure, I don't watch a lot of the content that I put out, but I try to put my heart and soul into making sure that the content that I'm putting out there is something that, if I wasn't a part of making it, I would actually be glad to be receiving that message, that I would be honored to be invited into that stream or into that information. I want you to understand that you are valuable. I'm watching YouTube channels, I'm sure you are, Facebook posts, all this kind of stuff. The attention is out there. If you're doing stuff, you'll be in front of folks, and that will work for you. But consistency is where you need to go. All right, so let's hit some notes here. What is the best social media strategy for you? It is the strategy that helps and lets you be consistent with what you're doing. Things that make social media easy. So if you're at very beginning stages, just getting one place to focus on and getting that strategy of going, at least a post a week, something like that, just getting started and having your plan in place. If you're starting where you have an account on every platform and everything, then it's just getting a system to manage it, using things like Hootsuite or Installator. Installator is free, right? Installator, you can go to that, installator.com, and you can set up 30 days of posts on multiple different social media channels, and you can do that today for free. Put all those posts together, and it's going to post over the next 30 days for you if you set it up today, right? What is the best social media strategy for your business? Now, there might be a subtle difference between what is the best social media strategy for you and what the best social media strategy is for your business. And so, especially if you have multiple people in your company, I want you to think about this idea of Everybody needs to be doing social media within a company, and you need to empower your folks to do social media inside your company, because the best nuggets, the best wisdom, the best photos, the best shots are going to come from your team within your company. So really empowering and leveraging the power of your people. Don't put social media on a consultant or an expert on the side. Those folks are great for helping to set up strategies and come in and maybe get accounts set up, and maybe even be a librarian of some of the content that you're creating to help post it. But social media is a team sport, particularly when you have people and you're working with people and collaborating with people. So encouraging that development and everybody to share photos and share nuggets of wisdom across the board is really huge. So what is the best strategy for your business? Making sure that you're empowering, especially as you're growing, all these people. If you are your business, do you have a business page? Have you set up a separate thing, or are you thinking about, hey, I want to focus on my brand, so my brand and my business are connected? So really connecting that stuff and making the best use of your time. And again, making social media easy for yourself is really about how do you make sure that this is fun at the end of the day and make it easy, which brings us to my next 2 points. What will make this fun for you? Because if it's fun, you're going to do it. How can you make this fun? I want you to think through that. How can you make social media fun? That should be a part of your strategy. You should do fun stuff that is fun for you. People love success. People love fun. They love imagination. So if it's fun for you and the content that you're putting out is fun for you, you're going to stay consistent with it, and people are probably going to enjoy it that much more. Make it fun for yourself. What will make this easy? If you don't want to manage it, if you don't want to be the one posting on the social media account, you don't have to. There may be a cost exchange. You may have to develop a relationship. Maybe it's as simple as getting your 14-year-old daughter involved and, making sure that she's posting for you. I've been there. I've done that, right? So make sure that you're finding ways to make this easy for you. If you have the budget, then get somebody on the outside that you can send the stuff and just ask them to post it for you so it gets done, but make it easy. Social media, again, is a company-wide effort. Think everyone documenting, everyone empowered to send notables to the social media team. That social media team may be you in the beginning, right? Maybe even everyone with access to a social media account. So maybe you just give everybody access to the Instagram account. If you have Instagram on your phone, you can actually log into multiple accounts. It's easy as selecting on your profile, and you can switch over. I really recommend LinkedIn and TikTok as places to go, so you can give multiple people access to the business page on LinkedIn. TikTok, you can figure out ways to get on there and post videos, and maybe everybody sends videos to one person and it gets posted from one account. But the most important thing, again, is making it easy so that you guys are doing it and pulling it all together. Remember, what is your objective? Awareness, sales, loyalty and retention, marketing, income, or influencer status. I think we're all after influencer status. I think we all want to be an influencer in our industry. That is going to be the best marketing bang for your buck eventually, because not only are you going to be able to sell your business, but potentially people will come to you to sell their business. So guaranteed other revenue if you're able to pull that off, that influencer status. But how do you get there? Consistency, being the top influencer in your market. Type in plumber on YouTube, Plumber. I think I spelled that correctly, plumber, right? And it's amazing, but I think Roger Wakefield come up because he owns that space on YouTube. You can own the space in your given industry. It may be difficult if you want to be social media influencer number one. Put social media influencer. I think there's going to be a few people that pop up and a lot of people trying to own that space. But if you're the hardware guy or the painter guy, I think there's a lot of space in those areas. If you want to be number one, you can be unique. And when people search, they'll find you because you're putting out content. and you're creating that user focus that Google loves. The more people are landing on and finding use in your information and what you're putting out, the more Google will throw them to you. And YouTube is an extension of Google. Number one and number two search engines in the world, Google and YouTube. So definitely use those and understand those algorithmic kind of things. If you create stuff that's really user-friendly, if you have a website that has information, it's very easy, and people enjoy going to that website, your ranking on your website is going to go up in the SEO status, right? What is your focus? What ties all of your content together? So for me, I have a lot of different things going on, and that's sometimes a difficult area for me. And so it's a continual challenge. But what is the thread that ties it all together? And I like to think, for me, it's education. I don't know if I always communicate that the right way. And so that may be something that comes natural for you. It might be a little bit of a challenge, like it is for me, in terms of all the content that you're putting out. Are you able to thread that together and create a consistent brand? That's really important, because that way people can find you on the other channels. It was really interesting. There's a guy that blogs on technology. It's TMHK. I don't know. I can't remember the initials. I don't watch him that much, but it was interesting. I was looking at a post on TikTok the other day. He was like, how many channels do I have to follow you on? But the guy is consistent across all these channels. If you want that kind of content, you know exactly where to go. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you're fired up to make sure that you have a strategy going forward. You have a plan of action. You're a lot more likely, 4 times at least more likely, to be successful if you have a plan. So put it together, be consistent, make it easy, make it fun. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.